Hey Ozzy, this is Gord Bamford. You're watching Live on the Lot on Skippy TV, and this is my brand new single, Neon Smoke.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Her lips on mine, soft glow, the cold beer sign. Her eyes that night, they had me hypnotized. Two hearts collide, I should have held on tight. Can't get her off my mind. She moved me, she lit me up like a fire, burning through the neon smoke. She stole my heart, she haunts my soul like a ghost, burning through the neon smoke. We danced real close, I was under her control. She whispered in my ear, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here. She moved me, she lit me up like a fire, burning through the neon smoke. She stole my heart, she haunts my soul like a ghost, burning through the neon smoke, burning through the neon smoke. She disappeared in the morning sun, and just like that she was gone. She moved me, she lit me up like a fire, burning through the neon smoke. She stole my heart, she haunts my soul like a ghost, burning through the neon smoke. She moved me, she lit me up like a fire, burning through the neon smoke. She stole my heart, she haunts my soul like a ghost, burning through the neon, burning through the neon smoke, burning through the neon smoke. She's burning through the neon smoke.
Gord Bamford, welcome to Live on the Lot.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, pleasure. Thanks for playing Neon Smoke.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, so it's the first single off the new album.
Yeah, it's our second release here in Australia. We're really excited.
Okay.
And, it's been released in Canada a few months ago and it's doing extremely well. But yeah, it's our first single there. It's actually pushing top 10 right now, so we're excited to have it out here too.
Well, you're well accustomed to lots of awards, so congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, and what's it like being back in Australia?
You know, it's amazing. You know, it's obviously I was born here and left here when I was 5. I was spent time in Traralgon. I was born in Moy, Victoria, and you know, my dad's an Aussie, so it's been great to come back and reconnect with my family and you know, have a chance to play my music. And the Aussie fans have been just spectacular. So.
And you've just played CMC?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are the Aussie fans up there?
Oh, it was great. You know, they were. I was so surprised. Like the festivals back home. Like, I haven't had an early slot for quite a long time. I'll usually play at night, but typically the early slots are full of white, empty chairs. And not here, though. Everybody comes out early and they party and they bring their breakfast beers and they have fun.
Exactly. Lick it up with Bundy, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Neon Smoke, so it's your second album with Phil O'Donnell. The last one, huge success. Was it the same?
Yeah, Tin Roof. Yeah,
Tin Roof.
Phil was the producer on that one. I had a guy by the name of Byron Hill for
Yeah.
6 records. A guy from Nashville who was really a mentor to me. But I made a change for the last 2 records. Sometimes it's good to make a change, and it was definitely, yeah, for no reason other than it just needed some freshness brought back into my career, and yeah, it really paid off. Tin Roof was the album of the year in Canada a couple years back, or last year, I guess, when it came out, and was the lead album here in Australia and did really well for us. Living on Summer Times on this Neon Smoke record, which just went #1 on CMC, so we're excited about that. And, yeah, it's just crazy how things just come tenfold in life, and how you get back to the grassroots of where you're from, and get a chance to again reconnect with my dad, which has been important to me, and play music here. I mean, it's where we come from right now. It's like -30 below, so it's nice to be here.
Yeah, exactly. You got your boardies on and been to the beach?
Yeah. No, we go down to the beach a bit. Yeah, I think we'd go as Canadians. We'd go to the beach when it's really cold too. We're weird that way.
So stepping into the studio after the success of the last album, sort of being such a bit of a gatekeeper of that neo, traditional country sound, and knowing that you want to freshen things up. Is there a lot of pressure on you when knowing off the back of that big album? And
yeah, I mean, not really. I know what you're getting at. I mean, country music's changed over the decade that I've been in it, but I'm not good at that other stuff. So I just try and keep things simple, and obviously in the studio, keeping the sound fresh and current, is important on the production side of things. But I've always believed in just the best song wins, and you record music for the reason that you love it, not because someone else is doing it a different way and it seems to be working for them. I mean, you record stuff for your fans and for you, and do what you do good, and I've never been a follower that way, so never really tried the bro country, the pop country, the rock country, whatever you want to call it. I'm much more of that. Yeah. If you took Blake Shelton and Eric Church and George Strait and mashed them all together, that's kind of what I am.
And so, talking about the bro country, from starting out as an independent artist and now being, with the labels and things like that, have you had any, pressure over your life to?
Well, fortunately for me, I am with major labels now, but I own all those record deals, so I call all the shots. So, yeah, there's never really there's never really been any pressure, even though I have. I mean, they're a great bunch of people that always, have their advice. I mean, obviously they like to tell you that certain sounds work better, but I don't think that. The best way to find out what works really well for you is to stand on stage and play it to your audience. I mean, people can talk all day long about you should put this on the radio, but it doesn't work for everybody. I mean, what works best for me is what people love to hear from me. It's very simple, blue collar stuff. It's worked for years, and I don't plan on changing it.
It's a really solid album. There's 15 tracks. In a world where there's increasing pressure for singles, in the environment of streaming and downloads, where does that sort of consistency come from you to put out long-form projects? Is it an internal thing, or do you think it's what your audience is?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and I've had it asked a few times, but I believe that, after being in the business for so many years and having so much success over in Canada, I mean, Australia's a little different because we're just starting here. I've got a great big...
You're coming back, aren't you?
I'm coming back a lot, believe me. I don't like leaving here, actually, but my family's there. I'm bringing them here soon, but... I have a big fan base of people that have been really loyal to me over my career, whether they're buying T-shirts or tickets or records, and they like a body of work. They like something that kind of tells them a story and takes them 1 to 15 or 1 to 12 through my journey and my music. And I feel it would be doing an injustice to them to put out 5 or 6 songs and EP as a single. I try to make records that every song on there can be a single. So, I mean, they talk about a single-driven business. Well, then there's 15 of them in my mind. So, so that's kind of what I do. And I think it's important that people get value for what they're buying. So I'll continue to make records.
So in terms of looking out for people and your audiences, and that tell me about your charity, because I've read quite a bit about it. That it's something you're really passionate about.
Yeah, the Gord Bamford Foundation's in its 11th year. We had our big 10-year anniversary last year, and it's really youth-driven. It's catered to children and children's hospitals, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Ronald McDonald Houses, which I believe you have here.
Yeah, we do.
Multi-use facilities across small communities in Canada. We want to obviously branch that foundation out into markets that I'm having success in. But yeah, we've raised like $3.2 million in the last 10 years, and it's been probably the most gratifying and humbling experiences that I've ever had in my life, as being a part of it, with walking into children's hospitals and playing music for those kids, and just trying to brighten up their day. It's just it's something that when we started this thing 10 years ago, never in a million years did we dream it was going to get to where it's at. It's probably the premier golf Well, it's through a golf event that we raise all this money. It's probably the premier fundraising event in all of Canada when it comes down to celebrity events, you know. So it's been really good. We're now expanding it into some other events because we got lots of people looking for funding. But
to bring it down here.
Yeah, I would absolutely. Yeah, no, that would be great.
Yeah. And so you've just finished CMC, and so you've got a few more gigs coming up to be out on the hustings and wow the Australian audiences.
Yeah.
Where are you playing next?
Well, we're off to Lizottes and Rudy Hill, and then we go over to Melbourne and play, and then we end up in Tassie. Yeah. So we got a little whirlwind going on here this week, and then we're back here at the end of September. There'll be some announcements, so we're looking forward to that too.
And touring again?
Touring again.
Fantastic. Yeah. And so for all the punters out there, where can they go to grab tickets for the gigs?
Well, I believe it's you can just go to gordbamford.com. You can see all the information on there. Go to the website and check it out. And you know what? If you haven't heard my stuff before, we just come on out and have a listen and have some fun with us. We're looking forward to it. Everybody's excited. So.
Okay, Gord, thank you for coming on Live on the Light.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.